Take your marks, set. With the crack of a gun, I take off. Sitting in my blocks, the adrenaline and excitement coursing through my veins, these are words I grew very accustomed to during my very first season of track. There are not many things that terrify me in life. Besides spiders, the only true fear I have is trying new things. I don't mean small things like trying a new food, but when it comes to big decisions, I'm a complete chicken. However, because I pride myself on being adventurous, I don't often let that anxiety get in my way. Joining track was one of these moments. Although I was terrified of trying a completely new sport, I didn't let that fear get in my way of becoming my best self. Last spring, when I overcame my fear of trying something new by joining track, I was at my best. For the longest time, my dad wanted me to join softball. Every year when spring sports would roll around, he would endlessly pester me, but I had exactly zero interest in joining the sport after previous bad experiences. Quickly realizing his efforts were to no avail and were met only with resistance, he switched tactics and realigned his effort with getting me to join a sport. Any sport. That target was track, and the pestering quickly resumed. Months passed, but I held my ground. No, I would not join. No, I don't want to do it. And as time moved on, the pestering faded away, and I had hoped he'd forgotten. Roll around to the first weekend before track practice. His pestering resumed as if no time had passed, but I held my ground. Out of pettiness to not let my dad win, maybe, but really it was the irrational fears and anxieties that come with trying something new. It was Sunday night, the night before the first practice. I was sitting on my bedroom floor, attempting to do homework, when my dad walked in with a determined look on his face, and I knew that he would not leave until I had agreed to join. Fast forward through a long and boring standoff between the two of us, because if you listen to my intro, you already know what happened. I agreed to join. To say I was terrified was an understatement. Anxiety kept me awake that night as I lay in bed, staring into the dark, going over every single bad situation that could occur. That first day, I was a bundle of nerves. Going through school, the anxiety was building, and I could feel myself getting so worked up, wondering how it would go. But when I walked into the wrestling room, the air was buzzing with anticipation, and that bubble of anxiety I built throughout the day immediately popped. I was greeted with smiling faces and told over and over again by coaches how happy they were that I was there, as if they were trying to rub off their excitement on me. In a way, it worked. By the end of that first practice, I knew more about my coaches than I had known about other coaches I've had for years. I knew without a doubt that track was going to be different than any other sport I had done before. And although I wasn't the fastest runner or the farthest jumper, the joy I experienced from being in track was unmatched. Every day after practice, I would leave exhausted, but with a smile on my face, because I was working towards being my best. I was pushing myself to be better. Every day, I was getting cleaner handoffs, quicker block starts, and just running faster in general. I could feel myself improving, getting better. I was making undeniable progress. The first meet was the culmination of all my hard work. I was put into the 100 meter and the 200 meter, and I felt on top of the world that as soon as I crossed the finish line on both of those races, I realized I had gotten second and third place in my heats. Although I didn't score any points for the team, I had won an internal battle within myself, because I pushed myself out of my comfort zone, feeling incredibly proud and accomplished of all the hard work I put in to become this runner that I am today. Joining track taught me many valuable lessons, the most important being my realization that sometimes the best things are earned by stepping out of your comfort zone. By trying a completely new sport, I not only gained lasting and strong friendships and lifelong skills, but also the pride in myself for trying something brand new, helping me to become the best version of myself. Track helped me grow physically, mentally, and helped me win several internal battles within myself to become who I am today. I am Sam Turk, and this is a time when I was at my best.